What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. Draft. Part 2 on Monday happened, and I did not review Raw because, to be honest with you, that was just a bad show.
Yep. Of course it was.
That show was just a bad fucking show, and I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna go down the draft picks that happened on night 2. On for Raw Smackdown. So, now for night 2, Raw had the first pick, I guess, because it was on a Raw show. I was like, y'all need to have some better rules with this draft, because you're like, who the hell's getting the first spot? Who's getting second? That needs to be established better, and they did not do that. They didn't do a good job of that. Becky Lynch goes to Raw. Usos Smackdown. Hurt Business. Well, it's Bobby Lashley MVP. Go to Raw. Sasha Banks to SmackDown. Seth Rollins is back on Raw because Becky's on Raw now. Kane Nakamura and Rick Boogs is on SmackDown. Damian Priest on Raw. Sheamus on SmackDown. AJ Omos on Raw. Shayna Baszler on SmackDown. Kevin Owens is on Raw now. Xia Li's on SmackDown. Street Profits on Raw due to Bianca Belair being on Raw. Viking Raiders on SmackDown. Finn Balor's on Raw. Ricochet's on SmackDown. Karrion Kross is still on Raw. Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo's on SmackDown. Alexa Bliss on Raw. Cesaro SmackDown. Carmella on Raw. Ridge Holland on SmackDown. Oh, and let's give a shout out to the free agent, which is supposed to be a shock.
You said the free agent that's supposed to be a shock.
Gable Steveson.
Yeah, this man hasn't even had a match yet.
Ain't had a match, ain't trained, or did nothing yet.
Hasn't even trained yet. He's already signed to Raw. It's like, why even announce that right now?
I know they try to have like a little surprise pick, or try to make it seem like it was, like, oh my God, we're throwing somebody for a loop here. But I'm like, but y'all put a lot of pressure on this kid.
Did you see the actual draft? They try to make it seem like an actual NBA draft.
Yes, I see him there with his mama and his dad. That was it.
In the little can from his house where he's standing like he got. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
He might as well should have just got the hat that say Raw and put it on his head.
That's funny. Oh yeah, if they treat it more sports like, but he's still in school. The kid is still in school.
He literally said, "My contract is for when I graduate." So I don't know how long he has to graduate, but like.
Well, he has 1 year. He has 1 year to go to finish up school. He's a senior.
He has to graduate before he even trains. He hasn't even trained yet.
Exactly, and then. Like, I don't know if they think he's going to pick it up like Kurt Angle, because it's a possibility he could pick it up like Kurt Angle, but we don't know that yet. We don't know if he can pick it up like Brock Lesnar can, but even still, Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, you got to go do some kind of training. And then on top of the training, then you got to come back and get that main roster. But on top of that, we don't know how his personality is. We don't know how he's on the microphone.
You just bypass NXT altogether, like, for no reason.
First of all, that's what he should be going to in the first place, NXT.
Mm-hmm. But hey, bypass everything, right?
And Sami Zayn was the last person selected for SmackDown.
Yep.
And then, of course, Raw. When they had the supplemental picks, Dana Brooke, Dirty Dogs, Hurt Business, and Jackson Ryker go to Raw. Jinder and Shaky go to SmackDown. Liv Morgan, Mia Yim, and The Miz on Raw, Natalya and Shotzi on SmackDown, Tamina, Tegan Knox, and Veer on Raw. I'm like, well, so why put Jinder and Shanky on SmackDown?
I don't know.
But put Veer on Raw.
I don't know why they do some of the stuff they do. I don't know. Like,
why break up Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox when they were dude a women's tag team championship match, and now you just broke them up and they never got that match?
Yeah, and they were undefeated as a team. I don't know. I can't tell you what they do. Half of the stuff they do is stupid. So I can't tell you.
And then Raw,
this whole draft, this whole the way they doing the draft is stupid to begin with.
It is stupid, and they don't abide by their rules or nothing. This just shows you it's like a fly by the seat of the pants type of action, and that is unacceptable.
Yeah, I hate when they just this fake stuff to make it seem important. Just don't. That's why I don't even watch Raw. It's like they add this stuff to put a name to it to make it sound prestigious, and it's not.
But once upon a time, the draft meant something. But that was, what, 2002? 2003?
I even didn't mind the years where you had to have a match, and then if you win the match, then your brand wins, and then you just get a pick. They already know who they're gonna pick anyway, so I'd rather them do it that way than just we're gonna announce some people here, some people there, some people we're not gonna announce for here, some people are gonna wait, and then some other people are gonna wait as well. It just don't make sense.
Yeah, see that kind of stuff gets annoying, especially when the draft or first of all they have it so damn late in the year. Me personally, the draft should be after WrestleMania. And then the next week be like, this is the only time that they have was it brand supremacy or something like that? Oh, you talking about when the brands go at it with each other?
Yeah, and they be all about the brand, even though they just got there like 2 days ago.
I'm like, yeah, but me personally, the draft should be something after WrestleMania, because most of the time,
it used to be.
Yeah, most of the time,
since that's the start of their season.
Exactly, and then you get, but then you can draft, spice up the shows. If you want to have a Raw vs SmackDown thing as Survivor Series, make it like the MLB All-Star Game, where if the NL wins, they get home field advantage in the World Series, or if the AL wins, they get home field advantage in the World Series. That makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. It gives them a reason to go out there and fight and play for something.
Yeah, they just going out there just because. Which kind of messed some people up, because why does Big Bad, Kane but the Mask care about brand supremacy, stuff like that.
Exactly.
Just for example.
But say if whoever wins Survivor Series, they get the 30th pick in the Royal Rumble, where the loser Raw gets number 1 pick, or vice versa, or like something like that to make me care, and then you can do the same thing with all the other pay-per-views that you have leading up into WrestleMania. It's all about just giving a shit and caring. This right here, they didn't follow none of their rules, and it was just lazy.
Yeah.
You can find people that can do a better draft and make it mean something, and whatever the case may be, and just and now Raw looks like they made out better because they took all of SmackDown's top players, except Roman.
Mm-hmm.
And that and the SmackDown's supposed to be the A show because it's on Fox. It shows how Vince McMahon still cares about Raw. I was like, you just took everybody away.
Yeah, so we'll see what they do. I mean, I'm assuming they took everybody, put them on Raw, so I'm assuming that they trying to do like a fresh step up type of thing. Does that make sense?
Well, fresh faces.
No, not a fresh matchup. I'm talking about like people stepping up, like legit. Like you're in the mid card and now you're a main eventer because we want you to step up to see what you can do.
I mean, that'd be good, Because Big E needs somebody because he ain't got nobody to face.
Big E has people to face.
Who on Raw?
Finn Balor he can face. Bobby Lashley he can face since they haven't really had their little feud.
You just said yourself that you do not want
They
to.
haven't had their feud. They just had one match.
What you talking about? They had like 3.
When did they have 3 matches?
If you count the teams, you had the New Day taking on Bobby Lashley, AJ, and Omos, and he got the pin off that way. Then you had Big E versus Bobby Lashley in the opening of Raw. Then you had him in the cage match at the end of Raw. Then you had him in the triple threat match with Roman Reigns the previous week.
Okay. Well, sure. Take Bobby out. They should put Bobby on SmackDown, whatever. It's still not that many people though. Seth is on there. Edge is on there.
Seth and Edge are gonna, do the Hell in the Cell the right way.
Okay. Well, then after that, they're gonna have somebody. They're gonna need somebody to fight. So, Big E has opponents. The only opponent Roman has is Drew and Brock. Because even
I didn't know Drew
AJ and
Gulak
Omos
still worked. I didn't know Drew Gulak still worked here.
Well, yeah, me neither. Even though AJ is still with Omos, if they break up, he can go for the title. So Big E has people, but Roman has about, if they want to do Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Nakamura, and then after that, who is it?
Yeah, as I'm looking at it right now, you are right.
Yes, they're going to have people step up.
Because there is nobody really that convincingly can challenge Roman Reigns. They literally took all of their top
we need them to build up Ricochet. Yeah, we need them to build up Ricochet or whoever to.
Or Jeff Hardy. Because, there's
a rumor of that's Willow now. So
there's rumor they're bringing back Willow.
Yeah. I know you don't want to see the other characters, so that's why I said Willow. Not
you talking about Itchweed?
Yeah.
Yo.
What did they swear everybody? And that's the character he was talking about, not Willow.
Yo, if it's Itchweed, I'm like, I'm turning it off. But you never know. A Roman Reigns taking on Willow may not be so bad if you build up Jeff Hardy. Like, you just have a winner couple matches on SmackDown, and then, that'll be somebody good for Roman Reigns to beat, but, you got to get past the Willow character. I really think that could be fun.
We'll see where they go with it.
Yeah, but so Raw sucked that whole night. I was like, I don't want to review stuff that sucks, but I do. I was like, it is the second part of the draft.
WWE, so
say what?
we talk about WWE, so of course.